Hey everybody, welcome to the Stock Car Spectacle. I'm Ian Jortson.
And I'm Nick Kinsel.
Mike Gamble's off tonight, but we're going to get right into it with our Diecast of the week. Nick, what you got for us,
Well,
buddy?
first of all, it's really nice to be back in the studio. We don't have to. I wasn't on the show last week because internet at home's not so great. Apparently, could not get a stable connection. So, just glad to finally be back in here. It's nice.
Gives us more motivation to be in here.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
More motivation to be in here. So, yeah. But Michigan, we're going to Michigan this weekend, and this is the first time I get to play this car. I call this the Holy Grail car in my collection because it's one of the rarest Trevor Bayne diecasts out there. It is the 2011 JDRF Foundation car that Trevor did run at Michigan. And the reason I say that this thing is so rare to find is because you literally cannot find it anywhere. And if you do see it on eBay, it's going for like $160, $200 for a Trevor Bayne diecast. I was supposed to get this a couple years ago for one of the Black Friday sales that Circle B Diecast is doing, and I had it and I paid for it and everything, and they said to me like a week later, "Oh, we didn't get it in time, so you're not getting it." And then I don't even think they gave me my money back afterwards.
Oh, what?
So I think it was only gonna be like $30 too.
Yeah.
I found it for $30 on their Black Friday sale. Didn't get it. Don't think I ever got my money back. So yeah, thanks Circle B for that one. But then finally, my dad got this for me for Christmas 2 years ago. Never had a purpose to really play it, so now we got Michigan coming up, and this is the first time I get to play it, and yeah, the Holy Grail, I'd say.
Yeah, that is a wild-looking diecast, that's for sure.
So yeah, 2011 was my first year getting into NASCAR, really, too. Like, I watched the Daytona 500, so I like Trevor Bayne, but I didn't watch the 2011 Michigan race, so when I saw this car, I was like, I don't remember this.
Yeah, right.
I did some research on it. Yeah, he ran it at Michigan, so.
Yeah, pretty cool, man.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, I'm going with the Michigan theme as well. Going with Kevin Harvick's Michigan win from 2020. This was his second win when he swept the weekend. When he used to be fast, when he had a fast car over
Battle of the Clean Air. Denny Hamlin should have won that race.
Yeah, sorry, bud.
Battle of Clean Air in 2020.
We won the package.
Those giant ass spoilers.
Yeah. But swept the weekend with that beautiful Busch Light Apple paint scheme. I don't really know what car he's running this weekend. I hope it's the Busch Light Apple one again because I'm going to be at Michigan Speedway. So, yeah. Let's get into this Indy race review. We started off with IRP. Trucks were finally back at that track for the first time since 2011.
Looked good.
And it was great, man.
It just gave off your real short track Friday night short track racing vibes right there. Such a cool little track, and to see the trucks running on there, it was pretty cool to see again.
It's where the trucks are meant to be.
Right, exactly.
Yep. Yeah, so that was cool. We had John Hunter Nemechek leading the field to green, and he won stage 1 as well. And then he spun himself out as he kind of went too low down into the turn, and then just went up the track and got caught into the 44 and spun himself.
I just don't know what he was trying to do there. I know he was trying to get position, but John Hunter's should be a smarter race car driver than that. We'll talk about more of his shenanigans a little bit later, but that one I didn't really understand. You're taking it all the way down, almost to the grass area, below the racing surface. So that literally anybody who was there saw that move coming. When as soon as he went below, you knew what was going to happen. He wasn't going to make the corner. No, he knew he wasn't making that.
He's lucky he didn't get any damage from that. Your boy Ty Majeski went on to win stage 2. Some speed for that 66. Taylor Gray gets spun by John Hunter Nemechek as he's trying to get his first career truck series win at 17, and Nemechek just full on sends it into turn 3.
Once again, John Hunter Nemechek was not going to make that corner. So yeah, his racing, he's one who is not shy to call somebody out after the race, but look at the way he drives. Like, he just doesn't care about his competitors out on the field. It's him versus the world out there.
Look at him and Cole Custer a few years ago, man.
Yeah, him and Cole Custer.
Just sent him into the wall.
That's when I really started not to like John Hunter Nemechek. Never really been crazy about him, but yeah, it just has not been the kind of season that old John Hunter Nemechek has wanted to have. But still, to do something like this, opening round of the playoffs, like he could have really damaged himself more in that one. He was lucky to come home 10th, because he could have wrecked himself. But this is what I'm saying. He's never one to be shy to call somebody out after the race, but it's really look at his driving. Like
he's the world's biggest hypocrite.
He's a hypocrite, is what he is, because he'll go and drive the same thing and be like, I didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
So,
but Ty Gibbs races him hard, and he's got to be all pissed off.
Well, this is just something that I'm sure Taylor Gray's going to keep in the back of his mind. If he's in the truck again, John Hunter Nemechek's fighting for a championship, and
Taylor Gray's
now
not.
Taylor Gray is not. So now you got one guy there who's going to try and make sure that John Hunter Nemechek probably doesn't win a championship. It's just stupid driving in the first race of the playoffs. Like you're going to come home second, if anything. So I know these guys want to win, but just a boneheaded move by John Hunter.
Yeah, he would have came home second up until that restart when Zane Smith stuffed him into the wall.
Yeah, he got a little bit of his own medicine. And of course, John Hunter after the race was like, 38 just wrecked us into the wall. Like, what did you just do?
Yeah.
To Taylor Gray not that long ago. So he literally definition world's biggest hypocrite right there.
Yeah, exactly. But after all that happening, Grant Enfinger, he was able to hold off 38 Zane Smith and Ben Rhodes to get his first win with GMS, first win of the year at IRP.
It's been a tough go of it for Grant Enfinger.
Mm-hmm.
He was one of the last guys to make this playoff field. Going into IRP, he only had 3 top 5s and 7 top 10s. But now with that, he's the man with the momentum right now. He looked good. That truck looked fast. So he said it in his interview. He's like, man, we were not good earlier on in the season, but if you're going to start getting wins, the playoffs is the way you want to. That's how you want to do it right there.
Yeah. So maybe we'll see a little Tony Stewart out of him in the late in the playoffs.
Yeah, here. Right. It's just so bizarre that it was the last week of July and we were talking about playoffs and NASCAR, and this truck series schedule, it's crazy how small it is,
and how spread out
it is, because we were talking about this. I was here for the truck race on Friday night. We were just talking about it. Like they're gonna have like a month off here coming up soon, and like if you're a driver who's battling for a championship, you would want to be in the car like the Cup and Xfinity Series when their playoffs get going. Like it's just consecutive weeks right there. Like you're just going for it. But with these truckers, you're battling for a championship, but you get a whole month off away from your truck. Like you're not away from
your momentum.
You're not away from your racing or anything, because I'm sure they're in there doing sim work for the next track that they're going to go to.
Yeah.
But I just feel like that's got to be weird. Just having a month off during your championship, going for the championship, and you have a month off to just sit there and think about that next race.
Yeah. So that's why we can see, like, Grant Enfinger looks real hot, and then maybe next race, maybe it won't be so hot because they're not racing at Michigan this weekend. So
when is their next race even?
Don't know. Let's see. The truck's next race will be Richmond, August 13th. So they got 2 weeks.
They got 2 weeks off. All right, so that's not that bad, but there is that stretch.
And then September 9th will be the next race. And then that's Kansas.
That's Kansas. And then what? Talladega the month later?
No, September 15th. And then September 15th, October 1st, and October 22nd.
Okay, so
it gets a little bit better.
They changed it a little bit, because there used to be that stretch where it was like, they got a whole month off.
Yeah, but still, that gap from August 13th to September 9th.
Yeah, that
Richmond to Kansas, that is going to be the biggest momentum killer for all these guys.
All right, and then if you're just a guy who's below the cutoff line, you're just like, I need to get back in my truck. Like, I want to go race. So
yeah.
It's very interesting that we're end of summer, and we're not even end of summer, and we're talking about the playoffs. So
yeah.
Always did find that one weird.
Yep. Trucks are really weird with their schedule, but hey, congrats to Grant Enfinger, advancing his way to the next round of NASCAR Truck Series playoffs. Now let's go over to the Indy Road Course with the Xfinity Series. The Dinger, the road course king, led the field to green, and then a big old hit for Parker Kligerman. He had a brake failure, went into Ryan Ellis, and Ellis and Kligerman both said that was the hardest hit that they have ever taken. Like, yeah, that's not good when you're going off that long straightaway there, and then your brakes don't work.
That's kind of something you might want to have there.
Yeah. So that sucked for them. Noah Gragson went on to win stage 1 before he got caught up into some mess. And then with lap 5 of stage 2, both Monster Energy cars got spun out by Josh Berry. Ty Gibbs.
Josh Berry's a Red Bull guy.
Yeah. Ty Gibbs gets spun out into turn 1. Then right after that, Riley Herbst. So the Monster Energy cars did not fare well here.
wonder if that's just a little bit of the inexperience that Josh Berry has on a road. His first road course ever was Coda this year, so he's still getting acclimated to this. But yeah, it's kind of funny.
It's
both the monster cars going off there. He's a Red Bull guy, or like his boss man, he's an amp guy.
Yeah, there you go.
Good amp energy if they still sell those anywhere.
I don't think I've seen those anywhere, man. And then after all that mess, Noah Gragson, he did get caught up. He did hit someone's rear end, and then he just had major front end damage. They had to fix that thing. The front end was fucked up, so that took him away from competition. Josh Berry, we were just talking about him. He went on to win stage 2. Junior Motorsports been lining up with all the stage wins this year, man.
I just don't know what's gotten into them right now. Like the Chevys, man.
Mm-hmm.
Junior Motorsports in particular, they're come playoff time, come really championship time, they legitimately could have 3 of their cars in that championship 4 stars.
I was about to say, who's the one that's left out?
Sorry, Sam, you're not quite there yet.
No.
But every week in, week out, Justin Allgaier is getting work done on the racetrack. Noah Gregson's getting work done on the racetrack. Josh Berry's getting stuff done on the racetrack. Like, you just don't know. Like, I really have not seen, outside of Ty Gibbs and maybe AJ Allmendinger, I really have not seen anybody who could step up to these JRM guys minus those 2.
Right. Yeah.
So I really think it's going to be those 5 guys when it all comes down to it, and somebody's going to get left out there.
Yeah, it's going to be wild. This is going to be the Xfinity Series always puts on the best playoffs.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Well, I got to go through it last year. I ended on the Triumph side of things.
That's right.
So, yeah. But hey, man, this year has been a year of ass for me. College racing.
Yeah, that sucks, buddy.
Yeah, I got my boy in his feels after the race on Twitter saying about how it's all his fault now. He needs to get better.
Yeah.
Poor Daniel, man.
He won a championship, man, and now he's in the suck.
Poor Daniel, man. I hate to see that man in his feels.
He deserves so much more.
Well, he fucked himself on Saturday with the speeding penalty at the end.
Yeah.
To the back and just never recovered.
No.
I mean, it's a road course race. I wasn't expecting that much. I wasn't expecting that much out of Hemrick in this race, but goddamn, man.
Yeah.
22nd.
That really sucked.
AJ Allmendinger's got 17 top 10 finishes, and Daniel Hemrick has 8. That should tell you everything about how my year's going.
Yeah.
And we're gonna
or how much more money that they're putting into that 16. So.
I could spend a whole hour talking. If we don't have the time.
Yeah, I know.
I can do a whole episode about how much I hate college racing, and it would be fun.
Yeah, I think we should do just one episode, just you ranting about college.
Let me get a bottle of Jack on my side. It'll get more funny as the night goes
yeah.
on, I promise.
But speaking of college, AJ Allmendinger gets it done. Road course king. He won the Cup race last year, and now he wins the Xfinity race. Kisses the bricks again.
Yeah, this race was just kind of exactly how I saw this race going out. AJ Allmendinger just absolutely opened a can of whoop ass on the field. He led 42 laps in this race. The next highest laps led is Noah Gragson with 6. So that just goes to tell you, AJ Allmendinger is the fucking man when it comes to these road course races. I think he's got 9 career Xfinity wins on the road course now.
I think 7 road course wins and 9 wins total.
Well, he's got 13 wins.
Okay, then so maybe
I think he's got 9. He's got 7 road course wins with college, I think.
Okay, all right. That's it.
And then he's got 9 of his 13 wins in the Xfinity Series are on the road course. That I think he's won 42% of the road course races. So the guy's pretty good. But yeah. I mean, it was I was off work on Saturday. I watched the beginning of this race kind of midway through, and then I had other stuff to do, and I didn't really seem to miss much here. So it's just I'm going to talk more about this when we go into the Cup Series. So we're going to get into a little debate here. Just bring back the oval, man. Like, I know AJ loves running the road course because he's very good on it, and he even had a comment to say, he's like, well, if we go back to the oval, people better show up. Nobody showed up for the road course race either, man.
Well, it's funny when you say no one showed up because there were still over 60,000 people.
Right. Like, people Indianapolis Motor Speedway is not a small facility.
Mm-mm.
They have a golf course in the infield. That is how big this place is. Seats a lot of people. So to hear AJ say some stuff like that, he just doesn't want to run the oval again
No.
because he knows his bread and butter is on that road course. So that's where you're getting from that. I mean, it's still really cool to see AJ Allmendinger. He's just tearing it up in the Xfinity Series. He was made for this series.
Oh yeah.
It's cool to see AJ Allmendinger happy. He always used to be that miserable guy that probably nobody was excited to work with.
Yeah.
Back when he drove the 47 car on the Cup side of things. So it's cool to see him happy again. But yeah, this road course, it just doesn't do it for me.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's definitely different for sure. But the oval,
It's a crown jewel race.
Yeah. It's one of the oldest tracks in history. You need a race on that iconic oval.
Right. We don't need another road course, especially one like this. It's ridiculously hard to pass. And then look at this. It was just so spread out. AJ Allmendinger could have spun out like 5 times and he would have been all right.
Yeah, right.
They would have came back and won. And before we move on, I'll just bring out my hot take right now. If you win at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, you are not kissing the bricks if you're running the road, if you won the road course race. Kissing the bricks is a tradition for the Prestige Oval. That's my hot take.
Started by Dale Jarrett.
Started by Dale Jarrett, and congratulations, you won the road course race. You did not win on the big oval, which is what so many drivers want to do, is win on that. As your crown jewel feel right there. You go right ahead and kiss those bricks if you win on the oval, but I don't know, to me, it's like, yeah, you won at Indy, but you did not win at the Indy. So
you didn't win the Brickyard.
That's my hot take right there. You didn't win the Brickyard if you went on the road course.
I mean, even Denny Hamlin was saying, "Bring back the old."
Look at everybody. All the drivers after the race, even on Sunday, were like, "Why are we not running the oval?" Like,
except for guys like maybe Allmendinger,
Chase
Elliott,
like,
especially Tyler Reddick. Right now, he loves it. He loves it.
That's a fun track. But I'll just go out and say it. I don't think they should be kissing the bricks if you want a road course. That's just me. That is for the oval, and that's how I will always feel.
Yeah, I mean, I completely understand that, but if I was a driver, and even if I won the road course, I'm gonna go kiss those bricks. I just won on this track. I don't give a shit what it is. I'm gonna go kiss those bricks.
Yeah,
but I completely understand what you're saying. That's not the track.
It's not the Brickyard. It's not the Brickyard. You went on the road course. Congratulations.
Yeah.
That's an IndyCar track right there. That's not where our stock car should be running, but that's just me.
Yeah, I feel you. All right, guys, let's get into the Cup Series race. We were there on Sunday for it, and man, oh man,
we were there. We were boozed.
We were boozed up, and it seems like all the other drivers were boozed up on the track too, with how much carnage we saw.
My goodness.
Old Tyler Reddick won the pole, and he led the field to green. And we already had chaos on the first few laps. We had Justin Haley getting spun in turn 1.
Right in front of me, too.
And then right after that, Denny Hamlin gets spun.
Yeah, that was
Ross Chastain got spun, all in the first few laps here.
The Justin Haley part was super fun because that was right in front of us.
Yep.
My college driver had a bad day on Saturday, but I got rewarded with that on Sunday. So
yeah.
I'll take that.
Chris Buescher, his car caught on fire early in this race. He still ended up finishing 10th.
He finished 10th. That is just the definition of never give up right there. Like, they could have packed it in. That could have been that.
Apparently Brad doesn't know that.
Well, he even said, like, even after they put that fire out, like, he couldn't breathe for a couple. Like, there were some moments where he couldn't breathe, and he's still out there driving that race car.
That's a certified badass right there.
Certified badass shit right there.
Yep.
Kudos to Chris Buescher. Once again, outperforming the boss man. Kind of embarrassing at this point.
You're outperforming your boss, who is also a Cup Series champion.
Also the team owner, the driver, the champion. Yeah. I'm going to kick his ass every single week. That's pretty much how it's gone between Chris Buescher and Brad Keselowski this season.
Bad Brad, man. What the hell happened? Alrighty, so Chase Briscoe, the Indianapolis kid, went on to win stage 1. Then Kevin Harvick gets spun. Fucking Alex Bowman and Ty Gibbs, they both decided to take a fucking 4 wide, and they just sandwich Kevin. He gets spun.
We had a pretty good view of Ty Gibbs' day on Sunday. That man was locking up every single time.
Yeah, every time they got into turn 3 there, he was locking it up.
He was still trying to get used to that race.
Yeah.
Oh my God. There was at least 6 straight laps in a row where he locked it up going into 3.
But that was all Bowman. He freaking sent it into that turn, took out, and then Kevin went on the radio and was like, all right, give me 5 of the names of the guys who took me out. I'm going to bulldoze them. So,
I wish Kevin would have done it. He should have been a man of his word right there.
Well, and then later, Bowman got into Kevin again, which ended Kevin's day. So right now, that 48's got a target on his back, man. I can't wait. Because I know we're not going to make the playoffs. F4 is not making them unless we win Michigan. We are not going into the playoffs. So we'll just make it hell for that 48 this year.
How crazy is that? 2 years ago, 9 wins. 2 years later, 2 years later, no wins. Not going to make the playoffs. Pour one out for you, pal.
Yeah, it's been a hard few seasons as a Kevin Harvick fan right now. But Christopher Bell, he won stage 2. He's kind of looking like a pretty good road course racer. You know, we saw him win the Daytona road course for his first win. He always kind of looks like he's up there with it. So good for him. Good points. And then big old hit for Kyle Larson. Apparently there was no brake failure. There was no mechanical failure whatsoever. So with whatever happened, he just sent it into that turn.
Here's what really happened. Kyle Larson spaced out for a second, looked up, and he was like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Sent it in for time.
He was daydreaming.
It's like Lightning McQueen, where he thinks he's back in Radiator Springs during the championship race.
Oh, yeah.
And then he just hits the wall and like, oh, shit, I'm in the race. That was Kyle Larson.
Yeah.
Right there. Man, poor Ty Dillon.
Yeah.
It has been a rough couple weeks for Ty Dillon here.
Yeah.
There's not gonna have a ride for next year, and now he's just running his own race, and here comes the defending champion out of nowhere.
The biggest hit I've ever seen, without a doubt. I'm so glad those two are all right.
That was nasty, but yeah.
That sucks. That was Kyle Larson's birthday too.
Oh, boo. That's what he was just daydreaming about the party he was gonna have.
Yeah, right.
And then he was like, shit.
He was already boozed up. What are we talking about?
Yeah. And then poor Ty Dillon, man. Just in the
can't
wrong
catch
spot.
a break, man.
In the wrong spot yet again.
The story of the season. He can't drive, and he always gets caught up in other people's messes, man.
Ty Dillon.
Poor guy.
One top 10 finish this year for Ty. 13 lead lap finishes for him. Attaboy.
Yeah.
Hey, he even led a lap this year. All right.
All right, and then a tire blew up for the 20, causing major damage for him.
He was in the catbird seat. I really thought he was going to be him and Tyler Reddick were the 2 fastest cars all day long. But yeah, I really did think that for a second. Christopher Bell was going to be the man, but was not the man.
Suck. Yeah. And then we had a wild restart with 3 to go. We saw Chase Elliott getting spun right in front of us. He collected the 24. Kyle Busch gets spun. He collected the 14. Then Eric Jones and Austin Dillon get collected together
as well. This is the one Joey Logano started, right? Where on that restart where he took it like 5 wide, knowing damn well he wasn't going to make turn 1. Everybody was talking about that. Like, what is he doing? Because even from like our view, you couldn't really see what was going on, and then all of a sudden you just see a big old cloud of smoke, and then there's like 6 cars involved. I think that was the one. Yeah, Joey Logano. He did a Joey Logano type move. That's like I saw it after the race. I saw a video on Twitter. It was that video, and it said when you turn no damage on in NASCAR, he just sent it.
That's the way that Joey.
Hey, what for Joey Logano? He finished 6th in the race.
Yeah, right. But that's the way that Joey Logano and Ross Chastain race, man. They just don't give a shit anymore, man. They don't care what their car or the other driver's car is going to look like by the end of it.
Never did.
Nope. And then we had another freaking crazy ass restart with NASCAR OT, more carnage. Blaney got spun. Ross Chastain completely avoided the turn 1, went through that little chute there. He didn't even attempt to make that turn.
When we first saw it, when I saw that, we saw it live. I was like, oh my God, Ross Chastain's just going to T-bone the fuck out of Tyler Reddick.
Yeah, when he came out,
came out, I was like, what is he going to do?
Just like almost slides in front of T
Red. He got the lead back somehow.
Yeah, but then after the race, NASCAR was like, yeah, that's a penalty.
See, it's a penalty, but I don't. After looking at it a couple of times, I'm actually going to defend Ross Chastain.
Dude, he didn't even attempt.
He didn't attempt to make the corner because he was going to be in the grass. He was going to get sent into the grass. That's what he was saying post-race. Obviously, this is what Chastain's saying.
Yeah.
So take that with a grain of salt. But He said that he did it because he was gonna get spun. He was gonna cut through the grass anyway, and that would have been the for sure penalty. So NASCAR, he did what NASCAR said he had to do, and he went through the access road. He might have came through there flying like an eagle or something, flying like a pit bullet. But I don't knock what he did.
Yeah,
I'm glad he didn't win the race. And then they said, "All right, Ross Chastain, you're bounced." That would have been really funny to see.
Yeah,
if that happened, but no. I think he did what he was supposed to do.
I think he had room to make that turn, man. He still had some room.
I'd have to go back and look at it, but
I just watched it like before we started the show, and I was like, I don't know, man. He had room, and he didn't. He just went straight into turn 3 there, man.
He just went
or turn 4. Like there was. No, that
was fine, but I'm glad he did not get the win. No, because the man who did get the win, Tyler Reddick.
Yeah.
Tyler Reddick, a couple seasons ago, came out and said, "I hate road course racing. I suck at it. Like, this is just not for me." And now Tyler Reddick won the last 2 road course races.
Yep.
He put on a can of whoop ass today. He led the most laps with 38. The next highest was Ryan Blaney with 17, and then Christopher Bell also had 17 laps led in this race. But my goodness, Tyler Reddick, he doesn't have to audition for that 2311 seat anymore, but my God, he's gonna make that company proud someday.
Oh yeah.
This is what we said. All it was gonna take was for Tyler Reddick to win one race, and the can's gonna open, and we are just seeing that. This is really cool for Tyler Reddick. I know Richard Childress has got to be like, what the fuck, man? like, this guy's going out winning races. He's gonna leave me.
Yeah, my grandson still sucks.
My grandson still sucks. That's the business, but yeah. Tyler Reddick, he was the man. He had the fastest car all day.
Yeah.
He was the only one who could make some of the moves that he did make. Like when he chased down Christopher Bell to get the lead initially, that was impressive. Christopher Bell checked out, and Tyler Reddick was just right there. So yeah,
chased him down, man.
So he put the moves on Chase Elliott, the supposed road course king. And so I did also see this today. They declared Chase Elliott the concrete king because he won 2 concrete races this year. So I think Tyler Reddick's the new road course king. He's got 2 of them this year, so I'm declaring Tyler Reddick the new road course king.
I like it
because he just put on a can of whoop ass.
Yes, he did, man. That was cool to see. Austin Cindric got second, another really good road course racer.
We'll transition to our next little segment here of who had the day. I want to talk about this top 10. That's who had the day right here. Tyler Reddick getting the win, and then Austin Cindric comes home second. Harrison Burton.
Yeah.
What the hell? Comes in third. My goodness, that has to feel good for him.
Oh my God.
That organization has struggled all year.
It's about time.
So of all places to be at the Indy road course, where I didn't think Harrison Burton was all that impressive of a road course racer, come home third. He got it done. And then Todd Gilliland qualified inside the top 10 for this race. He brought it home fourth. I mean, that's another team right there. Struggled all season long, so that one feels good for sure for that team.
Good day for some rookies, man.
And then Bubba Wallace, another guy. This is 3 straight top 10s for Bubba Wallace. He brought it home P5. What a day for Bubba.
At a road course.
At a road course. You don't think of Bubba Wallace as being the best road course racer out there, but he just stuck with it all day long. He behind Tyler Reddick, Bubba got the second most points in the entire race. So, well, driver 23, he was on it. And then AJ Allmendinger, he did not have any his cooling system broke. Throughout the entire race. He had to get some fluids after the race. He was still able to gut that one out for the 7th place run. And Michael McDowell, a week after getting that 100-point penalty, how does he answer that? He just bounces back with another top 10. He's still having the best season of his career right now.
Oh, yeah.
And then Cole Custer. Cole Custer. That man might be out of his seat at the end of the year. Maybe he's auditioning for rides next year. He brought it home to the top 10. Another guy. Didn't really see this happening at a track like this, but solid performance for Cole. About damn time, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It might be too late now. His performance is just terrible, man. Like you said, he's getting ready for another ride. I think he's getting ready for a Rick Ware ride, man. I think that's what's going to happen.
He's ready to go back.
They got that alliance with Stuart Haas, so might as well move over to that 51.
Yeah, he has over there. And then, Chris Buescher rounds out the top 10 after his car was on fire earlier in the race.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some guys who did not have the day at the Indy road course that they needed to have.
Yeah. Brad Keselowski. That's
got beat out by Chris Buescher again.
You can't get beat out by one of your employees, especially when you're a Cup Series champion. Brad Keselowski's just in the suck right now. Chase Briscoe, we know that this guy's a really good road course racer, especially here at the Indy road course. He came out 23rd. And then Daniel Suarez, wasn't really talked about yesterday.
He was there. Okay, so I guess something happened in the race. He did something with Ryan Blaney, because on the cool down lap, we didn't see it because this was farther in the course. On the cool down lap after the race, Ryan Blaney spun out Daniel Suarez for some reason. But Ryan Blaney finished 26th. Daniel Suarez finished 28th. I wonder if they got together maybe. I don't know what happened, but yeah, like you said, Daniel was not really there most of that.
No, he wasn't really competitive at all. And
something you would have expected, given that he got his win at Sonoma, and he looked good on the other road courses that we've run.
But how about, I want to give a shout out to Josh Williams in that 78 for getting 25th, top 25 for that Live Fast car. Yeah, for that Live Fast ride, man. That's a win for them right there. Cody Ware got 24th. It's a big day. Josh Bilicki got 22nd.
Corey LaJoie brought it home 18th on the course.
And Josh Bilicki, he had to avoid that canopy that came on the track too. He had to dodge out of the way of that. That was the wildest thing I've seen on track since the freaking Orange went on track at Chicagoland years ago.
I thought that was gonna hit a car.
Yeah. Thank God it was during the caution laps, man. That would have been. Can you imagine? Just flew on track and it just gets on the windshield of the 9 or something. Chase crashes because of a canopy. Can you imagine that?
Yeah, well, NASCAR would just hand him the win at that point. They'd be like, "Nah, he got interfered with. He gets the win. Fuck you, Tyler Reddick. He gets the win." It would have been something like that. It would have been even more funny if you're having a Kyle Busch.
Yeah, right.
Kyle Busch don't know what's going on with this contract situation right now. Hey, bud, how about a canopy through your windshield?
Yeah. Oh, poor Kyle. But yeah.
Also gotta say, rather disappointing day, I'd say, for Martin Truex Jr. as well, coming across the line at 21st. Mm-hmm. Truex is usually one of your better road course racers. Him and Blaney did not. Blaney got wrecked, yes.
Yeah.
But dude, these guys, this is your playoff bubble right now. Like, if we don't get any more winners, they're locked in on points by a mile, because Kevin Harvick was 90 something out now. 96, I think. I think Kevin Harvick's 96 behind Martin Truex Jr. now.
We finished 33rd, so yeah.
Yeah, so as long as nobody below the cut line goes to victory lane, then those two are in good shape. But Daytona. Yeah. Daytona. We got another wild card event coming up here, and it is the one right before the playoffs begin. Mm-hmm. So that is going to be exciting, especially if we continue to have this tight little point battle for the final 2 spots of the playoffs.
Yeah.
It's going to be exciting.
It's going to be a crazy final few weeks of the regular season, man.
And one last shout out. I'll give it to the kid. Ty Gibbs comes home 17th in. Like, it's never easy to have to step into a cup car that you've only driven once before and to have to do it on a road course of all places.
Yeah.
Had to be tough, but Ty hung with it. He's got finishes of 17th and 18th, I believe. So, respectable finishes.
Especially with how much trouble he was having in the turns. Yeah, he kept locking it up.
He just got better all as the day went on. And that's all that, once again, brought the car home in one piece. So, that's all that 2311 Racing really wants at that point. Hope to see Kurt back in the car at Michigan.
I hope so. I haven't heard anything yet. So,
he's listed to drive, but he was also listed to drive at the road course. So yeah, hopefully Kurt's all right, and we'll see him back in the car soon.
Yeah, I hope so. Hate to see that for that guy, but I think that will about wrap it up for our race review. You got anything else to add, my friend?
Once again, I said in the Xfinity race, there's no reason we should be running this road course anymore. The fans want the oval back. When your talent wants to run the oval again, run the oval. This is a brand new race car. It's made tracks that haven't put on the best shows. They put on good shows. I think Pocono is the one that comes to mind for me. That is a track that typically hasn't put on the best racing that we've seen in years past, but that was a pretty damn entertaining Pocono race we got this year. So I would love to just give it a try. Roger Penske was saying, 2024 and beyond to look at their options again. But I just think why not do it? Or you even brought up a good point. Let the Xfinity Series run the road course. Let the big boys run the oval.
My perfect Indy weekend. Trucks running IRP, Xfinity on the road course, and the Cup. They run the historic oval. I think that would be cool. I think you got to run in the top series if you want to run on the oval.
Right. They're the biggest thing. Like AJ Allmendinger saying, it's like, well, nobody shows up. Still, this place is huge. From where we were probably sitting in the most packed section because that was the turn one area. You could see a couple turns.
Front stretch.
The entire front stretch was empty. So it's not a. Indy is always going to struggle to put. They're never going to have crowds like they had back in the day because this is not back in the day anymore. This is 2022. So the second that they accept that, get back on the oval, I guarantee. Well, the drivers are going to love it. Yeah. Everybody loves racing at Indy. Everybody. Because like I said earlier, everybody wants to kiss the bricks for winning the oval. Nobody wants to do that shit winning the road course.
You want to win on the oldest racetrack ever. You want to win on the most historic racetrack.
There's just no reason we should not be running.
No.
I really do think with this car, we're going to put on a better show. And attendance, my ass, that track hasn't filled seats in years. And the place is huge. There's still 60,000 people on hand.
Yeah.
At a 1.5 mile racetrack, that's a packed house right there, essentially. So the fans showed out. This place is just huge. Give us the oval back, and I'm going to be a happy guy. So I really hope they do consider that going into 2023. And if not, then let's get back there in 2024. You're going to make a lot of people happy, get the drivers included. That is what I got to say.
My only thing is that they might have some kind of sponsorship deal already with the road course. That's why they said 2024. So wait this out one more year, and then hopefully we'll go back to the oval.
Yeah. It's just going to put on a much better show because it's not that I was at the race. So of course I enjoyed being there, but I will say it is tough to follow a road course race when you're there. You got the screen in front of you. There were times where I just kind of like spaced out. I was like, what's going on? And it sucked kind of where we were sitting too. They didn't have the leaderboard. So they had it on the screen every now and then.
Yeah.
But I didn't really know what was going on. So I was looking on my phone most of the time to see where guys were running. But yeah, I had a good time. I was at a NASCAR. I always have a good time, whatever track I go to, but I would have much rather have seen us turn left 4 times than 14 road course turns.
Yeah, totally agree with you, bud. All right, guys. Well, that will wrap it up for our show. Make sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram. If you haven't yet, make sure to like our video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're an audio listener, make sure to check us out on Spotify, all other podcast platforms as well. So that will do it for us. I'm Ian Jordan.
And I'm Nick Kinsel.
We'll see you guys next time.